And hello, everybody. Welcome back to RFC News. Here to react to Rangers 2, Celtic 2 somehow. I'm stunned after that. I'm absolutely gutted. Um, wow. I mean, this is just straight after the match. I cannot believe it. If you asked me an hour ago at halftime if I seen this happening, I would have said no. I felt genuinely that was the best first half I had ever seen from a Rangers side in modern memory in an old firm. I was genuinely so surprised how well we had played. I genuinely was full of so much praise and for this Rangers team, and we were probably unlucky not to be 3-0 up at one point in the first half. If you think about the Fernandes chance. Not my wildest dreams did I see this happening in the second half. I genuinely thought we'd be able to get our own back, and it would have been a conversation about how many goals we'll score. I genuinely didn't think of a scenario of Celtic controlling and battering us in the second half. Now, the cliche saying is, of course, a game of two halves. And just like the Parkhead game, this is exactly the same. It was a game of two halves. But to see how abysmal Celtic played, how great Rangers played in that first half, I'm so damn surprised that we could be that bad in the second half. They obviously made a double change, similar to what we did in the Parkhead game. We made a change in the midfield. They made a change in the midfield, took off Oxlade-Chamberlain. And really the hero of the hour for Celtic was Atate, right? Because we couldn't match them. They were sort of going for they had three in the middle. We had two at the time. And they just overran us. They completely dominated the game. Now, I think we rested on our laurels a lot. I think we should have seen. I think if you look at the two sides as footballing ability, we're miles ahead. And some of you may snigger at that, but I genuinely do believe we're miles ahead in terms of footballing ability to that of the Celtic players. Now, I absolutely hate when Rangers teams, and I've seen it happen. I've seen this team do it a couple times before. When they have the lead and they just sit back, why not start that second half with the same intensity, right? Why not start that second half with the same intensity that we've seen in the first half and go for the jugular? Go for the third goal, go for the fourth goal, get the game done, wrapped up by the hour mark and get the 3 points. I seen the attitude of them coming out of the tunnel. They seemingly looked like they'd won the match. And even the Rangers fans probably thought that we had done a lot and done enough to secure all 3 points. But putting in performances like that is shocking. It truly is. The second half, I was full of so much praise for that first half, seeing probably the best ever Old Firm goal from Yusuf Chamiti to now a goal that's going to be meaningless, probably. Because that result doesn't benefit Rangers nor Celtic. It keeps us in the conversation, but that benefits Hearts more so than anybody else. If there's a true winner this weekend, it's Heart of Midlothian winning their game against Aberdeen and seeing Rangers and Celtic both drop points. And games are running out. Games are truly running out. I said in the last live stream, I've said in live streams previous, that Rangers are the only team that will stop Rangers from winning the title. And do you know what I mean when you see a second half performance like that? You're in such control. You're dominating the game. You're on course for the best Old Firm performance from Rangers side in modern history. And then you come out like that in the second half. I think that's truly shocking. I really do. You know, it's foot off the gas kind of stuff. And that's probably going to come back to haunt us. Because I feel like everything, I don't like to come across too woo-woo, but it feels like it's Hearts' year. I know there's a lot of games to go, but it does feel like Hearts' year, and it's certainly seeming that way. That's the sort of direction that everything's pointing into. But I'm gutted. I really am. I'm truly gutted because the games are running out. We've got 8 games left of the season. 5 of those, we've got another Old Firm game at Celtic Park this time. We've also got to go to Tynecastle. You know, the post-split games aren't in our favour as such, especially when the title race is starting to heat up. We've got to go on and take a Motherwell side who are in great form as well. And we're not doing the business against the teams that we should be beating. We drew against Livingston. A lot of you would say, a lot of you got over it pretty quickly. with the idea of, oh, well, if we beat Celtic, it's going to be okay. Well, we've not beaten Celtic. So are we going to rue those 2 points dropped against Livingston because we came out and shat the bed and played really shit? And now going into this game as well, it's another, it's 4 points dropped in two weekends. You know, this is not the performances that you expect from a title-winning side. And there's people that are older than me understand that from Rangers. This is not title-winning performance on what we're seeing. First half, absolutely. Second half, absolutely not. Game against Livingston, absolutely not. Game against Motherwell, absolutely not. Game against Hibernian, absolutely not. And we're our own worst enemy in every single point that I'm looking at right now. Our own worst enemy. And if you look at our form right now in the league, it doesn't look pretty. It actually doesn't look pretty. 3 draws in 5 games. And 3 draws, 2 wins in 5 games. Yes, we're unbeaten, but one of those wins came against Queen's Park. So in the league, domestically, we're stinking the place out ever so slightly. Okay, with the league as well. 3 draws in 5 games. This ain't filling me with confidence. And now we've got a game against Celtic, break up for league action. We're in this fixture again next week. A straight shootout against Rangers and Celtic. Of course, going to be a little bit different, but they'll be galvanized by that second half performance as they go to Ibrox again. And then we've got St. Mirren away. And the games are running out, troops. The games are running out. I'm gutted. I really am gutted. Sorry, just to correct myself, it's 9 games left, not 8 games left. 9 games left. But Celtic do have a game in hand, by the way. Yeah, just gutted. It feels like a defeat. It really feels like a defeat. It should be a game that we should be trying to win. But let's get into the chat, man. I'm scunnered. I'm genuinely scunnered from that. Sorry, I'm not full of too much confidence. I'm absolutely deflated after watching that second half. Let's see what some of the fans say, by the way. We got a donation. Thank you so much, Perv Luxury, $2 Australian dollars. Fuck VAR, screwed by VAR last week and this week. But still, regardless of that, look, I haven't seen the penalty decision back. It seems as though it was decided on VAR. I haven't seen it back. It obviously touches his hand, I think. I need to look at it back. But regardless of that, you know, we're playing a risky game by just allowing Celtic to have all of the ball. A risky game. Davey State says switched it off at 2-1. What the fuck? Devco, biggest bottle merchants in history. Well, I mean, it's a sore one. It's a sore one. You guys probably feel like you've won the game. And to be fair, we could have probably buried you just there. I mean, that gave Celtic an opportunity to stay in this title race. But ultimately, too many draws. Too many draws going into the last few games of the season. Brutal. Feels like a win, says Maddie. Yeah, it probably does for Celtic fans. Probably does after how abysmal you were in the first half, by the way. Mental. We're cheating while you're greeting. Had to win. Do you think we'll not beat Aberdeen's? You are finishing 4th. Maybe. Let's see. There's a long way to go, but I genuinely do believe this weekend. I think we can all agree, Rangers fans or Celtic fans, that this only really benefits Hearts. To be honest, I think if you're a Hearts fan, you're absolutely loving that penalty and that result. You're probably thinking at half time, going, actually, fuck, we got a work out here. A little bit nervy, but that gives them some breathing space. 6 points clear ahead of Rangers. Celtic have a game in hand, but still, if Celtic do win their game in hand against Aberdeen, which is not guaranteed considering how buoyant they've been, it will still be 5 points clear. So if you're looking at it from a Hearts perspective, it's a good result for them. And sometimes I've been guilty of ruling Hearts out and thinking this is a Rangers and Celtic thing just because that's what we've been used to. But Hearts are there right to the very end. And I hate to get woo-woo with you, but I think that the universe or whatever's happening is definitely aiding Hearts to do it. Obviously, I'm a Rangers man. I want Rangers to win the title. But We're running out of games. We're running out of games, and we need to claw back 6 points. And it's a 3-way fight, 4-way fight, even maybe Motherwell jumping into the title race. I wouldn't rule them out just yet either. They're just 4 points behind us, and they've got a game in hand. Fucking hell, Jesus! Oh, it's getting a bit nervy, guys. It's getting a bit nervy. Bro's yapping. Yeah, I know. I don't know what to say, man, to be honest with you. I'm absolutely scunned. Scunned, man. Absolute scunned. Our subs made us worse. Sliding doors. Romans buries that to make it 3-0. Game over. That Chimiti goal. The Chimiti goal was amazing. I've always stood by Barry Mackay's one being the best Old Firm goal that I've seen, or maybe Rabbi Matondo in that 3-3 game. But that's certainly for me, in sort of living memory, that's the best Old Firm goal I've seen. Chimiti. But it doesn't, I will watch it back, but hard to watch it back now because at half time I was loving it. I think I replayed it about freaking 15 times. But kind of means nothing now. It feels like a defeat. Suter and the defense cost that in the second half. They stood there and watched as Jack saved the penalty twice. Who just stands there and watches that? Again, another point there. I mean, Jack Butland, did all he could, to be fair. A double save against Hatate, and then he did it third time lucky, managed to get it in, unlucky. I mean, it's just brutal. Rangers threw it away. Don't know why Celtic all happy. Only team that won was Hearts. I would agree with that, Clyde. I would agree with that, to be fair, man. Definitely. We are still in the fight. We are the people. Yeah, I'm not saying that we're out of the fight. For sure we're not. We're still in it. But, the games are running out. And to be fair, the post-split don't really flatter us. You'd look at those next games and say we need to win them. But I feel like I've been saying it's must-win games from the Hearts match. After we messed up against Motherwell, I've been saying it's must-win games from now. And out of those must-win games, we've drawn 2 games and only beat Hearts. And then if you're looking at, say, Mirren away, tricky. Aberdeen at home should do that. Dundee United at home should do that. Falkirk away should do that. But this is Rangers we're talking about, and we are our own worst enemy, which is super frustrating, and it is pissing me off. But guys, I'm running out of things to say, honestly. We might be back for some more reaction later. But yeah, gutted. Feels like a defeat. Let's be perfectly honest. It feels like a defeat. That's horrible. And only one winner, really. So if Celtic fans start gloating, I don't think it's necessarily great for you. It is if you look at where you were at half time. But I think the only team that wins this weekend is Hearts yet again. 6 points clear of second place Rangers and 8 points clear of third place Celtic. Guys, do let me know your thoughts on this performance down there in the comment section below. And as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe.